Boasting one of the most fabulous and mystical worlds in all of gaming, Sea of Thieves offers a wide range of ethereal and mysterious places, catering to the adventurous romance shared by all those who wish to set a course for the great unknowns. Fighting grand armadas from another realm, conquering mighty warships and tearing down all vessels that dare oppose us, to fighting pirates for valuable riches. These are but some of the heroic tales these so-called world events have to offer. Yet beyond a doubt, the most contested of these events is the infamous Fort of Fortune. Sharing many similar characteristics to the traditional skeleton fort, this mighty world event is not to be underestimated. Waves of relentless and powerful skeletons stalk the island's shores, eager to cut down any unfortunate sailor who dares to step ashore. Within its vaults lies the most coveted chest in the Sea of Thieves, the Chest of Fortune. The quest to claim it was a daring one, yet I was determined. Though, to tell this heroic tale, we must go back. Without further ado, people of the world of beyond, Mamnesborg++, and welcome aboard the Boar's Bounty. Now, I hadn't done many Forts of Fortune in a long time. Season 10 moved the Chest of Fortune to the Fort of the Damned, and Season 11 moved it to a temporary event called the Fleet of Fortune, which meant I had little motivation to actually complete a FOF without the chest inside. That being said, Season 12 brought the Chest of Fortune back to its original home, meaning the fight for the Fort of Fortune was back on. There was just one problem. As I already explained, the Fort of Fortune is almost always contested, and unfortunately I lacked any sort of PvP prowess. So if I wanted a chance at claiming the rewards locked within its vaults, I would need a silver tongue and a hint of stealth. It didn't take that long to find one of these valuable world events, as upon waking up at Galleon's grave... off. Well, that's convenient. And close by. It's like Rare wanted me to do the FOF. I began gathering supplies from around the outpost, and while I was doing that, another pirate joined my crew, that person being Ned, who you might remember from my last video. Though he didn't stay long, informing me that he would be back in around 15 minutes. When I was done, I began sailing for Kraken Watchtower, where the fort was located. But as I was sailing there, I noticed other ships nearby. Definitely not a good sign. And my fears were confirmed when I passed some rocks and got my first glimpse of the island. Another sloop was already parked there. And by golly, it's the Black Pearl! Seriously, why does every single person name their ship the Black Pearl? I was completely unsure how this encounter would go. They could be new players, friendly players, or horrifying PvP pros waiting to pounce on anyone that comes within a 10-kilometer radius of the fort. But there was only one way to find out. Hello, fellow pirates. I am looking for an alliance for the Flags of Friendship events. Are you interested? I am looking for fellow pirates for an alliance in the Flags of Friendship event. Hello. Hello. I'm looking for Flag of Friendship. Hello. Okay, maybe I had some explaining to do. So this voyage was taking place during the Flag of Friendship event, which required you to form an alliance with another crew to earn a special tankard. I promised them they could have the Chest of Fortune, and I would help with the event so long as we formed an alliance. Now, did I plan on breaking that promise and running away with the Chest of Fortune? You can bet your peg leg on it for sure. But I wasn't entirely sure I would be able to get away with it. I leapt onto the island and began clearing the fort. A Fort of Fortune is pretty much the same as a normal skeleton fort. Waves of various skeletons spawn, and you have to kill them to go on to the next wave. Towards the end, you'll start encountering skeleton captains and more tanky skeletons, and after that, a boss spawns that, when killed, will drop the key to the vault. but there are some important differences. For one, the odds that a special skeleton variant spawns is far higher on a FOF than a normal Skellyfort. We're talking shadow skeletons that require you to shine light on them in order to damage them, gold skeletons who are pretty much immune to swords and bullets, but die easily to fire or if you splash them with water, and later on, ashen skeletons who replace the normal skeleton captains. Oh yeah, and the final boss is an Ashen Lord, so it's more like a world event inside a world event. My Alliance people seemed nice enough, but they were also relatively competent, which made me question whether I could pull off a heist of this chest. First goal was to reposition my ship to make it easier for me to escape and to be out of firing range. I used a keg explosion on the fort as an excuse to jump onto my ship and reposition it. This to be in a good position. If I get in a fight with these guys, I don't think. Is that guy in our alliance? I think they are.
I'm good.
Hello. Yeah, I think just
good.
I think the keg just pushed our ship a little bit away.
Hey, may I ask what wheel this is?
That's the Merchant Ambassador one. It's the Merchant Alliance Emissary Leader. The keen-eyed of you may have noticed a sloop fighting some skeleton ships nearby, and although it definitely put me a little on edge, the distance between us gave us some confidence. Though, what quickly ruined that confidence was another sloop heading directly our way, yet one of my allies used the cannon on my ship to shoot out, likely to negotiate with them. But it seems negotiations weren't even needed, as the sloop joined the alliance before my ally could even shoot out. The addition of another sloop into the equation definitely hindered my confidence. Rarely do alliances of this size survive once the vault is unlocked. I'd have to be extra careful when the time comes. And it definitely didn't help that a fourth sloop was seemingly circling the island. But in the meantime, all was well. Our three-ship alliance continued to clear the fort, though I did learn some valuable information. Apparently, both crews in this alliance were new players, as they played Sea of Thieves on the PS5, which had only just recently gotten access to the game. It was clear one of the crews was already pretty far along, however, as they were wearing a Pirate Legend exclusive outfit. But the new crew, at least by looking at their player cosmetics, was much newer. But I wasn't entirely convinced by this, as their ship's cosmetics painted a different picture. Suspicions aside, Captain Grimm had awoken, meaning the Fort of Fortune was almost completed. The further along we got in the boss fight, the more nervous I got. I knew the moment Grimm was defeated, someone would unlock the vault, and there was a good chance that all hell would break loose when that happened. I moved my ship further away from the island while maintaining what I thought to be a strategic position, preventing my ship from getting hit by any of the massive boulders Captain Grimm threw at us. But it wasn't long until he was defeated. I rushed to pick up the key and unlock the door, hoping to not look suspicious. But then I did something stupid. Really stupid. Yes.
Also, guess what?
Beautiful.
I've
Taking a screenshot.
also I've been playing since season 2.
Oh no! I knew that would happen. Fortunately, the keg explosion managed to kill all of us, meaning no one would be able to try us at that second. Respawning first, I launched myself as fast as possible towards the island, grabbing the chest of fortune in a hurry. Somehow, it seemed I got unnoticed by one of the crews, but the other definitely took notice of what I was doing. Right there. It was at this time that Ned was able to rejoin the crew, and since I was being confronted by the other crew, I would need his backup. What's up? Oh, wow. Nice shit. I like these cosmetics.
Not gonna lie, I was just I wanted to betray. I've been playing since season 3, but
Oh wow, season 3, you're a veteran.
I wouldn't.
That's cool.
Yeah,
It's so nice.
I know.
Change of pace. Oh, the ghost fleet? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, anyway, I think I'll be staying on the server for a bit. So, oh no! Sail away! Sail away! Sail away! I'd say that I knew it was coming, yet I still fell for it. It's clear to me I need some more practice. While I was away, the enemy had managed to drop our mast, but we were still afloat, so that was good. And it seemed the other ship had taken notice of this betrayal, sacrificing themselves to blow up their ship. We had managed to make our escape, all thanks to Ned's incredible timing. Absolutely no thanks to my incompetence. As we sailed away, our attackers sank, leaving our ally to keep the rest of the vault's riches, while we sailed away triumphantly with our chest of fortune. We eventually encountered our betrayer's ship once again, but it had seemingly been abandoned. I gave it a proper send-off and logged off for the day. But if you thought I would end the video like that, you are sorely mistaken. Nay, my friends, there is but one more story to tell from Season 12, taking place on the last day before Flameheart's return. And on a side note, Season 15 brought the Chest of Fortune back to this battle-hardened world event, so you can expect me to return to the Fort of Fortune in the near future, but I'm getting ahead of myself. I logged on to the game late at night, just 12 hours away from the end of the season. Today was one of those days where I didn't know exactly what to do, so when a friend of mine I hadn't sailed with in a while messaged me saying they had a Fort of Fortune on their server, they piqued my interest. When I joined, they had already begun sailing to the fort, which was surprisingly at the same location as before, Kraken Watchtower. After murmuring back to the ship, we went over our course of action to conquer the fort for ourselves.
Level 1 Reapers is circling it, so I have a feeling there's somebody there doing it.
Alright.
Just waiting.
A Grade 1 Reaper was circling the island. We would have some fierce competition. Our own ship was flying the flag of the Gold Hoarder, which would provide vast amounts of profit from the loot within the fort's vault. While I was collecting supplies from the ship's barrels, I noticed we only had the default supplies. I was concerned we may not have the necessary resources to claim the island. I have eyes on the Reaper. Not sure what they're doing. The Reaper emissary was another sloop. That provided me with much needed confidence, as I knew we would be on an even playing field. I climbed up to the top of the crow's nest to get a better view of the island, and I saw that the Reaper wasn't the only one we had to worry about. Oh yeah, oh! Okay, I see why they're leaving. There is a brigantine. With brigantine in the equation, our even playing field went out the window. We discussed the possibility of hiding our ship behind some rocks and swimming to the fort, performing a stealth move. But when the Reaper sloop began making its way towards us, it became clear a frontal engagement was the only option. Ink. Hello? Good job. Yep, they're firing the first shots. Hello there! That other sloops at Sovereigns are not interested. Oh, crud. Oh, what? That was crazy. GG's. I'm gonna go over to the Fox. see what's going on over there. I have not seen 3 ships fighting like this in a long time. Oh, crud.
I think we got people coming board. I hope
Oh, crud. What? Where'd he go? What? Oh, they have water. Okay, nice. Shit, this loop's down. Perfect. I'm trying to work. He's coming over.
a big lump in my fucking necklace. Oh, and he one-shots me. Fuck.
GG's, guys. Brig is down. Brig's down. GG. GG's, Brig. Good fight.
Hey, thanks, man. You're the first respectful person we came across. Thank you.
Anytime. Take care. With our enemies' ships kissing the bottom of the ocean, all that was left for us to do was make a swift execution of any survivors on the island. A few of the brig's crew members survived the engagement, but they had no intention of continuing the fight, at least for the time being. With their enemies disposed of, it was time to begin clearing the fort. There weren't any mermaids showing signs of tuckers on the island, yet the excessive amount of keg skeletons were annoying nonetheless. Yet they became an even greater annoyance when I tried to dispose of some skeletons using their kegs near the fort's vault. Oh! Oh my... Oh, what? Now that was weird. For those who don't know, the loot pieces in the vault aren't actually real pieces of loot until the vault is unlocked. This is to prevent things like kegs from blowing up before the vault is even unlocked. Yet in this case, something had bugged out and blown all of them up. I didn't think too much of this bug at the time, but rest assured this will be very important later on. Despite our lack in numbers, the fort was cleared very quickly. Probably because the brig had done most of the work for us. It wasn't long before the Ashen Lord awoke, which was the perfect opportunity for our foes to strike once again. Both the brig and the sloop had returned with ill intent. I quickly leapt onto our sloop to get into a superior position. My crewmate was shot down by the passing brigantine, whilst they made claims that they were just passing by. Needless to say, we did not believe them in the slightest, so when I saw a mermaid in the water, it confirmed my suspicions. We spotted the pirates swimming ashore and dove into the water to face them head-on while the sloop and brig spiraled into a fierce naval engagement. The enemy was a far better gunner and swordsman than myself, and I was quickly sent to the ferry. Yet it seemed our view of the situation was misguided. The brig seemed to be relying on their mate on the island as a last-ditch effort to claim the fort's riches, whilst the sloop sailed away, scared from the brigantine's wrath. I returned to the island with vengeance in my heart, and challenged my foe to a rematch, and when he made a mistake, I made a swift execution. And so at last, the brig was out of the fight. Yet the sloop refused to give up. They played cautiously, constantly circling the island. Multiple times I heard suspiciously sounding cannon shots, almost as though they were sending tuckers to the island. I eventually caught one in the act, though I may have grossly misinterpreted the situation. This is our Fort of Fortune. Excuse me, sir. This is a...
Wait. Before you kill me. Listen.
Are you
Alright, wait. Okay, I'll hold a piece of fruit. Before you kill me, there's no need. There's like...
I'm back.
There.
Well,
I
we
understand
could.
you don't trust another pirate because the game is called Sea of Thieves. But
Their ship's on fire.
even if I wanted to, I don't think I could sink you.
That is fair. Well, the chest of fortune is the main piece. That's what we want. Oh crud.
Okay, you can take that. I'm just trying to make money. That's all.
Alright, interesting. I shall talk this out with my partner. He is actually coming back right now. This pirate knows how to negotiate. They clearly understood who was in the position of power in the situation, opting to bargain rather than attack us. In the end, the deal was made that so long as we got the chest of fortune, we may split the loot in any way they deem fit. At the end of the day, my sights were not set on making gold, but simply to claim more chests of fortune to make progress towards that coveted ship set. I mean, I already had just shy of 13 million gold, I didn't really need more. I didn't care what happened to the other loot, as long as I got what I was specifically after. Though distrust still left a foul taste in my mouth. Tell them that, they stay away from the Fort of Fortune, we form an alliance. When the FOF is done, that is when they are allowed back. Propose that. Oh, never mind, the FOF is done. Yep, those are the two necessary pieces of loot. Oh, wait, did they just duplicate on us? It might be a bit too late for that. Their ship's on the move? Oh. Why is there two... I just picked up a chest of fortune. There's a chest of fortune on our ship, but I have a chest of fortune in my hands. So, as it turns out, something had caused the fort's loot to duplicate during the fight, meaning that there are two of every piece of loot in the vault, including the chest of fortune. Of course, I didn't tell the other crew about that. What kind of a moron would just give a chest of fortune away? I hid both chests in our ship in case one of them tried to make a quick steal of them. We formed an alliance with the other sloop and began distributing the rest of the loot, and also helped them with the skeleton sloop before sailing off with our two chests of fortune, a treasure made even more memorable by the friends and foes we made along the way. And that, my friends, concludes the final adventure of Sea of Thieves in Season 12. Thank you all very much for watching this episode of the Sea of Shenanigans. Rest assured, I have several videos lined up that I'm very excited to get worked on, so chances are you won't have to wait so long for my next upload. But until then, have a fantastic rest of your day, and I shall see you guys out on the waves.